What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things. MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong. History, and we good on that. Put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1. Everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I am your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, a.k.a. Bulls Scripted, and we're here after another Chicago Bulls loss. What else is new? This time, 150 points from the Minnesota Timberwolves to 126 points for the Chicago Bulls. Before we get into this, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap, at On Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review because it's cool and tough. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, please go over to the YouTube On Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live if you want to be depressed for whatever reason on a Sunday and talk about Chicago Bulls shitty basketball. Also, if you like gifts, Christmas is right around the corner. You go to Foco.com. Go to Foco.com, get a little Benny the Bull bobblehead guy. That's all I'm spending on it. Goose, what the fuck, man? What happened? I know you're out at the bar having a good time. What happened here?
I don't know. You got Zach LaVine playing in his old team's hometown. Kind of expected a big game out of the dude and didn't really get that. And I know you touched on the fact before we hopped on the show that we didn't see Javonte tonight. Don't know if that's injury related or what, but you have one of the most dominant big men in the league playing in Andre Drummond. Did not see any play either.
Yeah, pretty pathetic. Especially with Rudy Gobert out, and the Bulls were still out rebounded by 9, and we don't have one of the best rebounders that we've seen in a long time. We don't have him in the game tonight. Bulls just absolutely look like shit from the start to finish. I don't know, man. You know, Stacey was talking about how they looked good in the first quarter and how it was all looking good. Minnesota wasn't trying in the first quarter. That's what I'm going to say, because I don't think they were. And if they were, they made an adjustment. They made an adjustment to completely take us out. You don't get Andre Drummond. You don't get Javonte Green. You get a mediocre game from Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan is looking more and more human as it goes, even though he played a pretty decent game, all things considered. This is all done and over with. I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on this game, Goose, because we lost. We got our asses whipped. There's not much to talk about. We've been talking about this now for the last 4 games in a row because this is a 4-game losing streak. However, what we are going to talk about is that our buddy Joe Cowley, who everybody hates on Bulls Twitter and basically everywhere for whatever reason, said that Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley were not available. Or denied comment or denied something. Let me find the tweet so I'm not misquoting what Joe said. But basically, in a nutshell, is he requested to speak, or somebody requested to speak to Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley, and they were denied. Members of the Bulls front office unavailable despite a request. I'm sorry. What do you think about that? What do you think about them being unavailable despite a request?
I have to say that's complete horseshit. Billy Donovan is being tasked with fighting the Wolves every night after these losses, and it's not his job to answer the questions that he's being asked. It's not fair of him to have to approach these questions because he has to go back into the locker room with these gentlemen and tell them what the game plan is. So to ask Billy what the situation is not fair. I don't know why we haven't heard from Mark or AK. Their promise to us when they took over this team was constant communication, an open line between players and fans. And at this point, the shit is hitting the fan in every direction, and we have not heard a single comment from them. But, you know, Lonzo Ball is apparently doing better despite still having pain. So, that's
yeah, he
good,
might be
right?
he might be able to fucking start running, huh? That's great.
Yeah. We can start running. And if we're just starting running now, we're probably not playing by the end of the season.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And, there's a lot of little things that happen tonight, too. And I got to throw – man, I got to be quick with my tweets because I'm not quick enough. But I got to throw credit to MK Hoops Marque. He put a tweet out that I'm actually wanted to talk about with you because I wanted to see if you caught it. And me knowing how you watch the games, I'm pretty sure you probably did. We had a moment in the fourth quarter tonight where the Bulls were kind of trying to get back into it. They weren't like super there. They were trying, though. It was 121 to 109 at the time. And there was a rotation issue. And by the rotational issue, what I mean by that is not personnel, the ball rotating around the court. Dragic threw the ball to Zach LaVine after it being kicked out. I'm not sure who kicked it out from Dragic. It was Io to Dragic to Zach, and then Zach could have made a pass to Derek Jones Jr., but decides just to go take a contested banker off the backboard there that missed completely, and Dragic threw his hands up. Is there turmoil going on, dude? You think there's some turmoil going on? You think the frustration's starting to fucking flood over here?
I think we touched on this on the last episode. There's a lot of hierarchy issues in this franchise. You have Zach LaVine, who's being paid as a max player. That doesn't really get the max player reps at the end of the game. You have a struggle there between him and DeMar, and I don't know if we'll ever see that come public, but it's clearly there. Zach knows this is supposed to be his team going forward. DeMar was supposed to come in and be that, supporting catalyst, and to everybody's visual appearance, this is DeMar's team. To see somebody like Dragic throw exasperation out there is a little concerning in the sense that he hasn't really contributed very much in the last week or two. But being a veteran player that signed on a veteran minimum contract, anticipating a team that would be competing and contending, I can't say that I disagree with his disapproval.
Yeah.
When you're Billy Donovan and you're playing 3 power forwards and you're trying to get them all 20 minutes a game when there's 48 minutes in the game, really doesn't play out too well. And Derek Jones Jr. is on a short-term contract. He's looking out for his future. Most games tonight, this year rather, he has shown out. He's played above his level. He's shown the ability to hit the 3 at a higher clip than we've seen throughout his career. And he's playing with confidence. So to see him let that go, it's kind of, To see Dragic react that way is not a good sign for this locker room. It says that what Billy is telling us, the camaraderie, the high spirits that are coming out of the locker room with the character, is not necessarily the case.
Man, that's fucked up, too, because that's when the pillars are falling. I mean, we knew we were in trouble already, but if you start seeing things like that, it's a lot more serious. When you don't want to play for each other, it's hard to win with each other. And that's just a really shitty feeling for this team going forward. I really wish that they were able to figure it out and make something happen here. I gotta say, man, and it's really hard to admit, I wrote articles about it. I've said it on the podcast. I thought they'd be better than they were. 7th seed is what I gave them. I still thought they'd be better than they were, what they're showing off now, because right now they don't look like a playoff team. I also have always really kept it real about Zach LaVine, at least in my sense, where I didn't think he was a 1A. I don't think he's a 2 at this point right now. And I might be overreacting a little bit. I'm trying not to. I bet Zach LaVine was more excited about 10,000 points than he was upset about losing the game tonight. And that's something that's really starting to wear on me, is because I just – you're a max guy. And if I keep being told it's just, this is just how the new NBA is, then what the fuck is the point? You pay a mid player max money. Zach had a lot of shining lights, and I'm not going to say he didn't. I don't know if this knee injury ruined him. He looks disengaged to me, even though he shot 8 for 16 from the field. So he was 50% from the field. He was 50% from downtown. Goose with 3 for 6. He had 22 points, 6 assists, 1 rebound, only 2 turnovers. So he was a minus 21 in the box score. He played shit defense. And when you put a guy next to him like Anthony Edwards, who plays the same position, who's much younger and could literally just shit on him all he wants to. It shows me how far the Bulls are away. And we had a great comment from Rob Austin. I know Goose just disappeared. He's at a bar, so if he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, you're just going to have to deal with me on 2 screens. This is kind of crazy, actually. But Rob Austin just put a really good comment in there. Vooch even yelled at Zach today for not switching on defense. Rob, if you could find out the quarter that was for me, just let me know in the comment section just so I could check that out. But I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. Not one bit. And again, this is not all Zach LaVine's fault, and I don't want this show to come off that way. But at this point in time, it's done. It's done. It's completely done. You have your Billy Donovan haters. You have people that think the roster still can do something. You have people that are completely against it. I used to say that I like to find myself somewhere in the middle. At this point, I'm completely gone. I'm done. I'm completely gone. They're 11-18, I believe now. What are you going to do? I mean, seriously, where are you going to go from here? There's nowhere to go. You get the same sort of stat line. You get the same sort of performance of Zach LaVine or Patrick Williams every time he's out on the floor. You got DeMar DeRozan, who's trying to do everything he can. Vooch played a fucking hell of a game. I know he was defensively, the whole team was minus. There was not one person on the team that finished plus in the plus minus, but Vooch played a pretty decent game for his standards. 10 for 15, 3 for 6 from downtown, 23 and 9. DeMar had 29 points. We're at a point now where Arturas Karnisovas, who will not make himself available, along with Mark Eversley, need to address the fans or say something. Say something to somebody. Say something. It's a disappointment. It's upsetting. This is where we're at. Our boy Juice Mako in the comments. He's a loyal listener. Love him to death. He's on the YouTube. If you want to have a conversation with him, hop in the comment section. But he put Arturas grew up in Soviet Union not to speak. Lack of transparency is in his DNA. Well, he's got Mark Eversley with him. They could say something. This is a terrible start. And you can't even call it a start anymore. This is what they are. This is what this team is. Every Bulls on tap from here out. The listens are going to go down. Besides the loyal listeners that, come in to the comment section and listen to the podcasts every day, which I thank you, but the listens are going to go down because there's people that don't want to listen to this all the time. And I can't rightfully come on this podcast and break down what's wrong constantly. Or give you some sort of false sense of hope. There's no 3-point shooting. The rebounding is abysmal. They only had 30 rebounds tonight. They had 30 fucking rebounds tonight. They averaged 42 on the year, 42.7 if you were not aware. They let the opponent shoot. Minnesota almost shot 70% against the Bulls tonight, guys. They shot 65.5%. They hit 57 of their 87 shots. They went 23 of 43 from the 3-point line. They shot 53% from downtown. This was actually a decent showing for the Bulls from downtown, even though they only took 28 three-pointers. They shot 42%. The Bulls did, and that's kind of a rarity these days. Then you have I am Scott. No, Andre Drummond did not end up playing in the game tonight. Drummond did not play. Neither did Javonte Green. While both available, both did not play. This was a shit show. Here and there, up and down. Goose, I know you just got back in here. I'm going to let you have some closing thoughts. I know you're having a good time tonight. You go ahead and give any thoughts that you can before we get out of here tonight.
Hey, I'm a little entrenched in the bar here. The phone's died on us twice. I have to apologize to everybody for that.
That's all right, man. You're enjoying yourself.
Loud football Sunday in here for the conclusion of the NFL season. To take in the Bulls' loss and take up 2 screens on that, I felt a little guilty being down double digits the majority of the game. Never really felt like we were in it. At this point, we're not going to play any teams that are going to be lesser quality. So we're going to have to turn up the volume. And I guess, like Billy says, we got to find some spirit. Although I don't feel that that's the issue. I feel it's more internal, and it's roster construction. It's A to B to C to D. And there's nothing that firing a coach or one small trade is going to fix with this current roster.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know what? You go enjoy your night, brother. I don't have much else. I'm just going to do my little spiel here. Go have a fucking shot for me. Actually, do me a big favor. Go have an old-fashioned for me if you don't mind. Go get yourself an old-fashioned. I'll Venmo you the money just to have a fucking
An
one
old
for me.
fashioned, you say? We can do that. We'll get a nice maraschino cherry in there.
Yeah.
And we'll cap the night off right because the Bulls game definitely didn't do it for me.
Absolutely. Go get yourself an old-fashioned. I'll catch up with you, brother, all right? Have a good night, my man.
Have a good night, buddy. I love you.
Love you too, brother. Later. Our boy Goose enjoying himself at the bar tonight. It was really awesome that he even hopped in because we really didn't even want to do the show. And like he said, it's going to come down to a complete retool, rebuild, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. Our boy C-Red UK, Chicago Bulls UK, this team sucks. 130th straight live game from the UK. The streak is done. Not fun getting up at midnight for that shit. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And it sucks. It sucks. There's a lot of optimism that came around this team to what it is now. Everybody that comes into the comment section after every single episode, it means everything to us because, this gives us a little chance to live what we want to do, not trying to get all emotional and fucking stupid and weird about it. But hey, man, when you have a lot of pull and belief that, you're finally on the right track and D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards without Rudy Gobert or Karl Anthony Towns shit on you, man, it sucks. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. They have a lot to figure out. And I wouldn't be waiting until the NBA draft. Zach's value is going to keep declining no matter what because I don't see him. He's not good enough to turn this team around by himself. DeMar DeRozan's been figured out. He's going to get his points. It is what it is. You can score as many points as you want, but the Bulls let up 150. And if they keep doing that consistently and playing the shit defense that they've been playing, because they've fallen, no one can say that they're top 10 in defense right now. Over the last 5-6 games, they're probably 20th or 21st. That's how bad they are. And that's just the honest to God truth to everybody that pays attention to this team. It's pretty bad right now. It's going to be a blow up or something. We'll continue being on every episode. We'll continue doing these episodes after the games just to, shoot the shit with you guys because I'd rather shoot the shit with everybody that hopped into this comment section than not to. Maybe talk ideas, talk something fun. Maybe come up with like a cool rebuild plan if you guys want. People that listen to this that maybe don't hop into the comment section or the usuals and the the people that are usually in the comment section. Maybe we can come up with like a rebuild plan that we can do in the next episode or something. Or maybe just do like a special night on a Bulls off night where we do like a rebuild plan episode where we can come up with our own trade scenarios. And then I can bring people into this StreamYard thing and we can all just kind of talk it through together. I think that would be really fun. I'd rather do something fun than keep doing this while still talking about the Bulls. They're still our team. They just suck right now. So I don't have much else, guys. If you want anything to talk about, throw it in the comment section before I do my little spiel here. On where to go to find us and all of that stuff. If there's anything else you want to talk about. If not, I'm going to do my little spiel and get the fuck out of here. I'm probably going to play some Call of Duty. If anybody wants to play Call of Duty, go to Activision. My Activision ID is B-Rad, so it's B-Rad-Jeezy. All one word, B-Rad-Jeezy. We can play some Call of Duty together. I think that'd be pretty fun because this was not. So everybody be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review. You already know why, because that's cool and tough. If you were watching on Facebook or Twitter, please go to the YouTube On Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel. We cover the Bears, we cover the Bulls, we cover the Sox, we cover the Hawks, we cover the Cubs, whatever Chicago sports team that tickles your fancy, we cover it over there. Also, if you need a holiday gift, go to Foco.com. That's Forever Collectibles. You can get yourself a really cool Benny the Bull bobblehead. He's dressed as a reindeer here. You can go get one of those, maybe a little Bulls snuggie, something fun. They have shirts, apparel, all that stuff. So go over to Foco.com and check that out. We'll be back after the next episode. I know I didn't even tell you what team we were playing next or when we were playing next. Does it even matter? But it's going to be on the 20th, which is Tuesday at 6:30 in Miami. And we should be back. And just to answer Scott's question here before I leave. So say we do make a trade to tear down who's to go first. I'm going to assume that will be DeMar DeRozan. We'll touch on that more in the next episode. But I challenge all of you that listen to this. Let's come up with some cool ideas and spam the comment section with them next episode. Even if the Bulls win, we'll set aside 10 to 15 minutes to talk about that and bring you guys on. If someone's interested in coming on, I could always send you a link to your Twitter or to your email or whatever you want, so you can come on the show for a little bit and talk it through. So we'll be back after the Bulls play the Heat on Tuesday night. Let's go, Bulls.